My essential oil company told me their oils are the only ones approved by the FDA. Phew, that is definitely an incorrect statement. Essential oils can be FDA compliant, but none are approved by the FDA in the way that a statement like this would lead you to believe. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, known to most as the FDA, is not our enemy. We should all respect the responsibility they have to protect us as consumers. Consider the numerous misleading healthcare claims we encounter over time. Under the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act, the FDA also has the responsibility to ensure that all drugs are safe for us, as their marketing and labels claim. Speaking of labels, they also have oversight over this, ensuring labels are clear and include warnings and safety precautions. The FDA regulates essential oils depending on the intended use. Factors the FDA uses for this determination are the claims that companies make in labeling, on websites, and in advertising. They also look at what consumers expect to do with the product and make their decisions on a case-by-case basis. Is the essential oil being promoted as a cosmetic or a drug? Cosmetics are products that cleanse the body or make it more attractive. Drugs are products intended for therapeutic use, so could be for diagnosis, cure, mitigation, treatment, or prevention of disease. The FDA requires an approval process for a product to be considered a drug. If we make claims about a specific product without FDA approval, we are out of compliance. Based off these definitions, how do you think the FDA classifies essential oils? The bottom line for FDA compliance is what you are promoting essential oil use for. This is where it gets a little tricky. We may have some good evidence to support essential oil use for symptom management. However, if we make these claims, the FDA then classifies the product as a drug. The process for classifying an essential oil as a drug is very complex and expensive, so it's not the process essential oil companies or most aromatherapists want to take. In 2014, the FDA cracked down on a few large essential oil companies for making false claims on their websites, printed material, and labels. You may have seen some of this information, such as Oil XYZ cures Ebola, or Oil ABC has anti-tumor effects. Since FDA sent warning letters to these companies, most other essential oil companies have revised their information to be in compliance with the FDA. Is this clear or a little gray? What do we do? As consumers and healthcare providers, we must educate ourselves on essential oils so we know what the evidence says, since we won't always get this information from the company. You might see something such as lavender supports relaxation instead of lavender treats anxiety. Most companies also provide a statement such as, any claims made on this website or printed material have not been evaluated by the FDA and are not intended to diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease. This information can be confusing, so I encourage you all to review information on the FDA website. AromaWeb also has great information regarding this topic. What about ingestion of essential oils? The FDA provides a list of food additives including many essential oils. These are generally regarded as safe, or GRAS, by experts. The GRAS, G-R-A-S, designation exempts the substance from the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act that you just learned about. You may find companies using this GRAS designation to support their rationale for ingestion of specific essential oils. Keep in mind that this list of essential oils is for food additives. Food companies use essential oils from this list in extremely small amounts for flavoring. This is very different than promoting essential oils from this list for ingestion, as some essential oil companies do. You've just learned about the basics of the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. Which of the following statements is true? The FDA regulates essential oils according to their intended use by a company under the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. Essential oil companies cannot market essential oils as a therapeutic product without the essential oil being classified as a drug. The GRAS designation lists many essential oils as safe to use as food additives, but that does not mean they are always safe to ingest on their own. This was a lot of information, and I realize it's geared towards those in the U.S., So I encourage all of you to seek information on regulation standards in your country.